What are the benefits of a Cook Islands Trust? Studies show that business owners have 5 to 10 lawsuits in a lifetime. In the United States, even more. One lawsuit can be sufficient to destroy your financial future and catapult you to misery. A Cook Islands Asset Protection Trust owning a Swiss bank account in Switzerland is considered one of the most powerful tools against lawsuits and seizures. Go offshore with your assets. At home, they are ready to be taken by financial predators. They must be beyond the reach of courtrooms. Disconnect assets from the influence of the courtrooms at home makes your assets inaccessible. Nobody can freeze it. They are protected before and during a divorce. A Cook Islands Trust with a Swiss bank account is a game changer for keeping your wealth private and safe. You will have peace of mind because your assets are in a fortress. If you like information just like this, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to help the algorithm for my YouTube channel. Don't go away.
Caputo and Partners, SwissBankingLawyers.com. We fight for your money.
I'm Enzo Caputo, Swiss banking lawyer based in Zurich, Switzerland. I'm the owner of the boutique law firm Caputo and Partners. I worked in the old UBS group for legal and compliance. In my last job, I was the CEO of the Swiss Association of Asset Managers. For more than 30 years, I have been advising wealthy clients from all over the world. 20 years ago, I launched my law firm under the domain SwissBankingLawyers.com. That's the place where successful international business people like you find tips and solutions to better hide and protect assets with Swiss banks, how to open a Swiss bank account from the US, how to open a private Swiss vault for the storage of physical gold, how to get the golden visa and a second passport with citizenship by investment programs, how to pay less or no tax, and much more. Safeguard your assets from legal, economic and political threats such as claims from creditors, business disputes, divorce, liabilities, seizures, forfeitures, malpractice, political unrest, confiscation, unpredictable governments, financial kidnapping and bankruptcy. Having your financial future protected offshore is priceless. Let me give you a current example. As Donald Trump started with his tariffs chaos, America's elite started to transfer hundreds of millions to Swiss banks. I have never opened as many Swiss bank accounts for US citizens as I have since the election of President Donald Trump. Trump's unpredictable government triggered a money tsunami from the US to Switzerland. Knowing that your financial future is secure, knowing that your money is one of the safest banks in the world, and knowing that your Swiss bank account is protected by the best asset protection trust in the world gives you something that has no price. That is peace of mind. You will sleep like a baby. What is a Cook Islands Trust? The Cook Islands Trust is the best offshore asset protection trust in the world that hides, protects, preserves and grows wealth for high net worth individuals exposed to legal, economic and political threats. Based on a trust deed, the settler, that's you, instruct the trustee to dispose of assets in the interest of the beneficiaries, mostly family members. The assets left the sphere of influence of the courtrooms of your home country. Your assets are in a Swiss private bank account. A Cook Islands Trust prevents seizure by creditors, safeguards assets during divorce and bankruptcy proceedings, and provides leverage in settlement negotiation. The Cook Islands Trust having a bank account in Switzerland is considered the best asset protection instrument compared to other trust jurisdictions such as Liechtenstein, Belize, Nevis, the Bahamas, the Cayman Islands and Panama. Meanwhile, several offshore jurisdictions copied the Cook Islands Trust laws because they have proven to protect assets and privacy since 1984. That's an impressive track record. What are the benefits of a Cook Islands Trust? Nobody can attack you with fraudulent transfer claims 2 years after the assets are transferred into the trust. it's game over for financial predators. The Cook Islands does not recognize foreign judgments, including US judgments and court orders against trust assets. Financial predators must fight again in the Cook Islands, which is expensive, time-consuming and complicated. Time is of the essence. After 2 years, it's game over. Let me give you some practical considerations. Finding and engaging a lawyer in the Cook Islands is not a simple task. There are just a few of them. They can be in a conflict of interest situation and reject the appointment. The trust deed is not publicly registered. You remain anonymous. The Swiss bank account information is protected by Swiss banking secrecy. If a Swiss banker makes bank information available, he will go to jail. Only the name of the trust and the trustee are public. The financial predators must prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, like in criminal cases. Such a high burden of proof is difficult to fulfill, if not impossible. That makes the Cook Islands the best offshore asset protection jurisdiction in the world. Please note that there are no tax benefits. You can't reduce the tax bite, but what you have earned is protected in a fortress. How safe are Cook Island trusts? Over the past 40 years, multiple verdicts have proven that Cook Islands trusts protected assets and privacy. In conjunction with the Swiss bank account, international offshore lawyers consider the Cook Islands Trust the best asset protection instrument worldwide, especially for US residents. The Cook Islands judicial system regulates the trust companies very strictly. Trustees must undergo extensive background checks to ensure compliance and security. The financial service industry in the Cook Islands has an impeccable reputation. Other offshore jurisdictions have copied the asset protection laws of the Cook Islands. The Cook Islands are part of New Zealand, a very safe country without corruption. It's a safe place. In Belize and in Nevis, if you pay the right governmental official, you get what you want. In the Cook Islands, Switzerland or Liechtenstein, you go to jail. The Cook Islands, Switzerland and Liechtenstein are at the top of the corruption perception index. This is decisive fact when choosing the best offshore jurisdictions for asset protection. How strong is the legal protection of a Cook Islands trust? A Cook Islands trust is not just an offshore structure. It's a legal fortress designed to place your hard-earned wealth beyond the reach of unjust claims. Unlike domestic trusts, which remain vulnerable to court orders in your home country, a Cook Island trust ensures that your assets are truly untouchable. Once 2 years have passed after the transfer, it's game over for creditors. Even the long arm of the US courts can't make offshore trustees to do anything with the trust assets. You are shielded against the civil claims of financial predators. To accuse someone of fraudulently transferring assets into a trust, creditors must prove in the courts of the Cook Islands. If creditors obtained a favorable verdict at home, this verdict would be useless. They must start legal proceedings in the Cook Islands again. Furthermore, creditors must prove that the transfer left the debtors insolvent. Please be advised that that's the highest proof standard, like in criminal cases. Plus, they only get 1 year to file the claim when the cause of action accrues. If you set up a trust when you are already in litigation, we recommend the Belize Trust. Recently, the regulators in the Cook Islands have been pressuring local trust companies not to accept clients involved in litigation. Here is the thing: for battle-proven protection, set up the trust when there is no dispute. Their laws were built tailor-made just for this kind of super asset protection. International asset protection lawyers agree that the Cook Islands have the longest asset protection case law in history against civil claims. If you can exclude any signs of a possible dispute, the Cook Islands Trust is the best choice. If you are confronted with a litigation or an imminent litigation, the Belize Trust is the best choice. A few years ago, Liechtenstein copied the Cook Islands asset protection laws. Liechtenstein became famous for asset protection. However, the best choice must be made on a case-by-case basis, taking into consideration all the client's circumstances. Let me give you an alert of a fraudulent transfer to the trust. Don't make a fraudulent transfer to the trust to circumvent tax obligations to the IRS. The Internal Revenue Service, bad faith. Setting up a trust to circumvent tax obligations to the IRS is a serious crime. In many countries, especially in the USA, you go to prison for many years for tax evasion. No wonder Al Capone's penalty for tax evasion was 11 years in jail. Tax evasion in the US and Europe, except Switzerland, is not a minor gentleman's offense, such as non-respecting the speed limit. What assets are protected by the Cook Islands Trust? Cook Islands Trust are great because they keep various assets safe. These include bankable assets, cryptocurrencies, land, buildings, participation, businesses, art collections, physical gold, royalties, intellectual property, life insurance policies, oil vessels, yachts and private jets. Of course, the Cook Islands is not the best place for bankable assets. There is only one place to keep bankable assets safe and well managed. That's a Swiss private bank. How to protect assets from divorce? If your marriage becomes critical, your private bank account in Switzerland must be transferred into the name of a Nevis LLC. The shares of the Nevis LLC must go into the Cook Islands Trust. You act as the director of the Nevis LLC holding a Swiss bank account with your bankable assets. As a director, you are the signatory on the Swiss bank account. You can delay divorce proceedings until the 2 years period ends. The end of this period is fixing the limit to 5 claims, also known as the statute of limitations. If divorce becomes inevitable, step back as a director. A nominee director domiciled in the Cook Islands will replace you until the claims in the Cook Islands, if any, are settled. Now you are in the pole position, ready to dictate the terms and conditions of your divorce. When your love is on the rocks, your assets in Switzerland are hidden because of strong banking secrecy laws. If your spouse knows the bank name and the account number, you should consider setting up a trust as an additional barrier and transferring your assets to a new Swiss bank account with a different account number. You should not tell your wife about the existence of the Swiss bank account unless you are forced by a judge or by law to disclose the details of your Swiss bank account. If you can't avoid the divorce, meet me as soon as possible. The earlier the better. We have some secret, battle-proven asset protection strategies you will love. For obvious reasons, I cannot disclose in this video all the smart secrets and moves I discovered and tested over the last 30 years. But I can tell you one thing, you will like it. Insider information just like these cannot be found in bibliotheques, universities, libraries, and not in the internet. If you like information just like these, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel now. And ring the bell. By clicking the subscribe button and ring the bell, by doing so, you will never miss a new video, and you do a favor to the YouTube algorithm that promotes my videos. If you want to open a Swiss bank account within 2 weeks, starting immediately with your asset protection strategy, grab your mobile phone now and dial 0041442124404. Remember, it's never too early to protect and diversify your assets, but often too late. Remember, in a divorce case, time is everything, especially in the Cook Islands. Be rich and stay rich. I wish you a wonderful day.